The US, for all its problems, is still trying to think strategically about what Putin's trying to do. And what Putin's basically doing is trying to reverse most of the last 20, 30 years in what he's doing in Ukraine, what he's trying to do in Moldova, what he's doing in the Caucasus, Georgia, etc. And the Americans have responded by imposing sanctions on Ivanishvili.
Yeah.
But most of its money is in Europe. So the question is, will the Europeans follow suit? If they did, that would be a real squeeze.
And they've been trying to, but of course because the European Union, the way that it operates, back to our friend Mr. Orban and Mr. Fico in Slovakia, possibly soon to be joined by another pro-Putin leader in Mr. Kikel in Austria, they have vetoed attempts to be tougher.
And that's why we keep talking about it. But if this is going to begin happening in the European Union, the European leaders are going to have to get more accustomed to forming smaller groups, which could include the United Kingdom on an issue like this. So no reason why France, Sweden, the UK couldn't have been involved.
Yeah.
Very disappointing that the German foreign minister didn't visit Georgia, but instead decided to make this rather awkward visit to Syria, when in fact they could have much more influence on Georgia because Georgia is a European Union candidate state in a way that Syria isn't. And I think there's this terrible sense they've given up. They've given up, and they're using the fact that Fico and Orban and the Slovaks are blocking. They've also basically given up on the idea of sanctions. They seem not to believe that they work anymore. But I can see a real opportunity if they can just lift their heads, follow the US in imposing the sanctions. We may be able to have another set of elections in Georgia. And fair enough, if the Georgian dream wins the elections fairly, that's fair enough.